Voces Latinas celebra el mes de la herencia hispana.
Hola mis amigos, ¿qué tal? Salvatore de Ríos Jr. aquí en la promoción Voces Latinas. Hello my friends and welcome to another segment right here on Voces Latinas TV show. Bienvenidos. At this time, like I said earlier in the show, we have a special guest representing the UAW. Toledo's own Mr. Rich Boyer right here out of Toledo, and also a UAW member, 37 years working for the United Auto Workers. Amigo, bienvenido. Welcome to Voces Latinas.
Hey, thanks, Tony. I'd like to thank you for inviting me. Glad to be here.
You're very welcome.
Glad to be back home.
Exactly.
You know, I haven't been home for about 10 to 12 years. I've been up in Detroit.
Okay.
I've been a UAW member for 37 years. Local union president for 9, skilled trades commitment for the last 5.
That's a lot.
Yeah, been doing a lot. Been around.
And and I both have something in common. We both work. Well, I still work at Jeep, but you started out at Jeep.
Yes, absolutely. Local 12 in the body shop.
Let everybody know how.
Local
that
12.
happened.
Local 12. You know, I started out there in 1985. I was there from 85 to 87. Then they had the Kenosha shut down, and all the folks from Kenosha ended up coming to Toledo. So then I actually got laid off for 4 to 5 years. Got picked back up in Detroit. Been up in Detroit since, and that's when I started my political career with the UAW.
Okay, excelente. Felicidades, as we say. Congratulations on that.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about being that it's Hispanic Heritage Month, okay? National Hispanic Heritage Month. Let everybody know about your Latino background.
Okay, so it's really funny, you know, everybody seems to think that, you know, because my last name is Boyer, that I'm not Latino, but to be quite frank with you, I am Latino. My grandfather's name was Guadalupe de Enda. My grandmother's name was Guadalupe Cardenas.
Okay.
Okay, and my parents died when I was younger, so, you know, the wife says to me, you know, you should change your name back to de Enda, but you know what, I know who I am and I'm proud of who I am,
Excellent.
so I don't need to change it. I'm good.
Excellent. So where are you presently working right now?
Right now I'm working at Warren Truck in Warren, Michigan, and I'm the skilled trades committeeman there.
Warren Truck makes the Ram, right?
The Ram and the Jeep Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer and the Wagoneer.
And how's that going right now, especially with the chip shortage that's going around? Has that affected your plants out there?
You know, we've had a couple of weeks of shutdown here and there, but for the most part, no, it's going pretty good. I mean, it's that time of year where it's going to slow down because of the holidays, but no, for the most part, we're running pretty good.
Okay, and also you said you worked in skilled trades. Talk a little bit about what does that entail for people who don't know what skilled trades is.
Okay, well, I'm a millwright by trade. Basically, we keep the equipment running and keep the plants running. You know, any kind of construction work or any equipment installation or tear-outs, that's pretty much what a millwright does. Welding, cutting, grinding, things of that nature.
Okay. Amigos, ahorita Rich Boyer va a estar corriendo para una posición, okay, in a UAW. I just told everybody you're going to be running for a position that is now going to be opened up in the UAW, and that is for vice president, correct?
Yes, international vice president. Because of the one
international vice president.
International vice president. So what my task would be when I win, I'm not going to say if I win, we're going to say
Correcto.
when I win.
Excelente.
So when I win, my job would be to negotiate the national agreement for the Stellantis department from coast to coast. I'd be the guy that's responsible for the whole contract.
What do you hope to accomplish as a UAW vice president?
Well, I think the first thing we have to do is we have to look at job security. You know, with the EVs coming in, there's going to be a lack of need for powertrain. There's 5 plants in Kokomo. There's Trenton engine, Dundee engine. These guys are all going to be losing their jobs. They could be losing their jobs. There's 10,000 people there. So my thought is we have to look at job security, number one. We have to make sure that these people have futures, their families have futures.
Right.
The next thing I think is very important is the elimination of the tiers. Because the tiers, in my mind, what that has done is that has divided the membership amongst each other. And you've got the haves and the has-not right inside the UAW, which I would never thought I'd seen. The other thing I think is very important is the retirees.
Okay.
Retirees have not had a pay increase since 2003. And for the life of me, I don't know how they survive. We need to increase their pensions.
So this message really, I'd like you to direct it to all the UAW workers that watch this show and are going to watch the show via YouTube TV. Give them your message.
Okay, everybody, brothers and sisters, and I'm going to call you my siblings. Here's the thing I think. I think that we have to ensure that we have job security amongst ourselves because the future of the EVs is going to take away all the powertrain plants and all the chassis and all the motors out of the plant. So we need to secure job security. The second thing we need to do is we need to eliminate the tiers, because the tiers inside the plant has done nothing more than divide the membership amongst themselves. The continuity is gone. The brotherhood is almost gone. We have to do something with that. And then the next really important thing in my mind is our retirees. Retirees have not had a raise since 2003. If we don't get some more money in the people's pockets, they're going to have to choose between medicine, food, or just basic necessities. We have to increase the livelihood of the people we represent, and we have to eliminate the corruption in order to do these kind of things.
That is great. That is so true. Y también a todos ustedes que nos están viendo y lo que está diciendo Rich Boyer cuando habló de tiers. For those that don't know that terminology, tiers, why don't you tell them what tiers is in the UAW? We're talking about Ford, GM, Stellantis. Let them know.
Okay, here's what tiers are. Tiers are where they hire people in off the street or new hires, and it takes them 8 years to get to full wages. Now, not only is it about the wages, their benefits are substandard and they have no pensions. So, and until they get to the top of the scale, in some cases they don't even get profit sharing. It's hard to work next to a person that doesn't get profit sharing.
That's
It's
right.
hard to work next to a person that doesn't have the same benefits.
Of course.
Because like I say, what it does is it creates animosity
Yes,
within
it does.
the. And then let me ask the company this, and if you don't mind, I'd like
Not
to
at
ask the
all.
company this. The people at Stellantis, GM, and Ford, how do you expect to build a quality product when you're treating your people substandard or like dirt, in my honest opinion?
Of course.
We have to correct that.
Of course, it's not fair. These kids that come in nowadays doing the same work, that working next to somebody that is what we call a tier 1, they're classified as a tier 2, same work, putting in long hours on their feet, 10 hours a day, up to 12 hours a day now, and they get a whole lot less pay compared to a tier 1. It's not fair. So right away, after a certain while, hey, they begin to see, hey, this is not right, and it's not right, so it needs to be fixed. And the question is always asked, why? Why is there a tier system?
Because in my mind, it's a simple greed. I mean, it's simple greed. You know, you're paying a CEO of Stellantis $21 million a year.
Incredible.
$21 million a year. Now, he's making $21 million a year, and you're expecting some of our members to make less than $30,000 a year.
Right.
And with today's inflation, I don't understand what they don't understand.
Okay.
The UAW was founded on the form of the thoughts that it was about a fair day's work for a fair day's pay, so that you could provide for your families, right, on a 40-hour week. It shouldn't be that you have to work 10 hours, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, just to provide. And with inflation, if we don't do something about it in the next round of negotiations, what's going to happen to the middle class? Is it going to be here?
Right, exactly. Good point, good point. What we're going to do right now, Rich, is we're going to go to a break. Okay, the producers tell us we got to take a little break, but we're going to come back with más información, with más Richard Boyer of the UAW, and we'll see you in a little bit. We're going to go to a video, as a matter of fact, and this video is kind of special. I picked this one out because it's somebody driving a Jeep. All right, so we hope you enjoy this música right here on Voces Latinas. Take it away.